Resolution of vector. Good morning, students. Today I am going to start the new one chapter, new one point, not chapter. Resolution of vector. Resolution. This one resolution is a reverse process of addition. In addition, we add two vectors. And then we get the one resultant. But in resolution of vector, we get two or more vectors by a single vector. That is the actual meaning of resolution. The process of splitting of a vector into two or more component vectors is known as splitting, is known as resolution of vector. Is it clear? The process of splitting or breakdown, the process of splitting of a vector into two or more component vectors is known as resolution of vector. The process of splitting of vector, the process of splitting of a vector into two or more component vector, two or more component vector is known as resolution of vector. Is known as resolution of vector. Resolution of vector. Resolution of vector. The part so obtained is known as component of vector. The part so obtained is known as component of vectors. Components of vectors. Is it clear? Now we apply. Suppose a vector A, we want to resolve into two or more vectors. Then how can we add? How can we resolve? Suppose a vector A, we want to resolve into two component vectors. Then here the vector small a and small b. Now we give the name OAB, which is represented by the vector small a is represented by the side OA and vector small b is represented by the side AB, and the resultant vector is A. We want to resolve A into two components, and it can be written as in triangle OAB. OB is equal to OA plus AB. OA plus AB. Therefore, vector A is equal to small a vector and small b vector. So, a vector A can be resolved into small a and small b. If we write vector R, then it can be also written as small a vector and small b vector. Is it clear? Is it? Now the vector A, vector A is multiplied by m and vector B is multiplied by n. All of you know that from the scalar product, scalar multiplication of vector, then it becomes m times A and B vector multiplied by n, then it becomes n times B. Therefore, again we write in triangle OAB is equal to OA plus AB. Therefore, vector A is equal to m times A plus n times B. Equation number 1. Equation number 1. Then now we multiplied by vector small a by m dash and vector b multiplied by scalar n dash. Then the equation becomes again vector a is multiplied by scalar m dash. Therefore m dash times a and n dash times b. Direction same as that of a. Direction of b is same as that of b. Therefore, in triangle OAB, OB is equal to OA plus AB. OA plus AB. Therefore, A dash is equal to M dash and dash B. This is equation number 2. From equation 1 and 2, left hand side are equal, so right hand side also equal. Left hand side are equal, so right hand side also equal. Therefore, we write as from equation 1 and 2, left hand side are equal, so right hand side also equal. From equation 1 and 2, vector A is equal to m times A plus n times B, and from equation 2, vector A is equal to m dash times A plus n dash times B. Therefore, m A plus n B is equal to m dash A plus n dash B. Now, m term taken one side and n term taken to another side. Therefore, equation becomes m A minus m dash A is equal to n dash B minus n times vector B. Vector A is taken common, m minus m dash is equal to vector B is taken common, n dash times n. This equation satisfied only if m minus m dash is equal to 0 or n dash minus n is equal to 0. But vector A is not equal to 0, vector B is not equal to 0. If vector A and vector B are not equal to 0, then this equation satisfied only m minus m dash is equal to 0 or m is equal to m dash. Similarly, n dash minus n is equal to 0. Therefore, n is equal to n dash. Hence, we can say that from this equation, we can say that there is one and only one way in which a given vector A can be resolved into two component vector, provided A and B is not equal to 0. Is it clear? Then we have to write one more sentence in this. Hence, there is one and only one way to resolve a vector into two component vectors. Is it clear? First of all, we draw a triangle OAB. It is vector A. Vector A is represented by the side OB. Vector small a is represented by side OA. Vector B, small b represented by the side AB. Therefore, a vector, small a vector multiplied by m times and vector b multiplied by n times. Therefore, in triangle OB is equal to m times a plus AB equal to n times b. Then we write vector A is equal to m times a plus n times b. Question number 1. Now we change vector A, small a multiplied by m dash and vector b multiplied by n dash. Therefore, vector A is equal to m dash time a and m dash time a plus n dash time b. From equation 1 and 2, left hand side are equal, so right hand side also equal. Therefore, we write m vector small vector A plus n times small vector b is equal to m dash time vector A plus n dash time vector b. Now we have the equation transporting the term from left hand side to right hand side. We get m minus m dash into vector A is equal to n dash minus n vector b. Vector b. This equation satisfied only if m minus m dash is equal to 0. N minus n dash is equal to 0. Provided vector small a is not equal to 0, vector b is also not equal to 0. Therefore, m minus m dash is equal to 0, m is equal to m dash. N dash minus n is equal to 0. Therefore, n is equal to n dash. Hence, there is one and only one way to resolve a vector into two component vector. Is it clear? Now, second point, rectangular component of vector. The process of splitting rectangular resolution, very important, we apply everywhere. Rectangular component of vector. Rectangular component of vector. The process of splitting a vector into two mutually perpendicular components such that such component are called rectangular component of vector. Such component are called rectangular component of vector. The process of splitting of the vector into two mutually perpendicular vectors. The process of splitting of a vector into two mutually perpendicular vector. Such mutually perpendicular components vector. Such components are called rectangular component of vector. Such components are called rectangular components. And that is called rectangular resolution of a vector in a plane. Suppose we want to resolve a vector into two mutually perpendicular vector along x-axis as well as along y-axis. Therefore, vector A is represented by line OP. Vector A is represented by line OP. From point P, draw a projection which meets at point M. From point P draw a projection which meets on point ON. Therefore, OP in a right angle triangle OMP, all of you know that OP in triangle OMP, right angle triangle, OP is equal to OM plus MP. OM plus MP. This one is along the x-axis, this one is along the y-axis. So that this is the component along the x-axis and this one is the component along y-axis. And this one PM line is parallel equal to ON, because in a rectangle opposite sides are parallel and equal. Therefore, in triangle OMP, OP is equal to OM plus MP. OM plus MP. Therefore, OP is equal to vector A. OM is equal to vector AX plus AY, because MP line is parallel equal to ON, and ON is vector AY. ON is vector AY. Thus, AX and AY are the two components of vector A. Thus, AX and AY are components of vector A. Component of vector A. Is it clear? Now, in terms of the unit vector. Now we write in terms of unit vector. Is it? If AX is equal to vector AX is equal to I cap AX, vector AX is equal to I cap AX, AY is equal to J cap AY, then in that case, if vector AX is equal to I cap AX plus J cap, AY is equal to J cap AY, therefore vector A is equal to I cap AX and J cap AY. So I cap is the unit vector act along x-axis. J cap unit vector act along y-axis. Is it or not? All of you know that along that axis, K cap vector unit vector are used. Along x-axis I cap, along y-axis J cap, and along z axis K cap vector are used. So again we write therefore I cap AX plus J cap Y are the component of vector A along x and y axis respectively. Therefore, again we write in triangle OMP, is it or not? Cos theta is equal to base by hypotenuse. Therefore, cos theta is equal to base OM by OP. Therefore, cos theta is equal to AX by A in magnitude. Therefore, AX is equal to A cos theta. Similarly, sin theta is equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. MP by OP is equal to AY by A. Therefore, AY is equal to A sin theta. This is equation. AX is equal to A cos theta. X component A cos theta. Y component sin theta. Now squaring and adding we get this one equation 1 and equation 2. Squaring and adding equation 1 and 2, we get squaring and adding equation 1 and 2, we get ax square plus ay square is equal to a square is taken common, cos square theta plus sin square theta. Cos square plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Therefore, a square is equal to ax square plus ay square. Therefore, a is equal to root under ax square plus ay. Suppose we want to find the direction, that is the magnitude of vector A. Magnitude of vector A is equal to ax square plus ay square root under. If we write magnitude of vector A square is equal to ax square plus ay square. Is it clear? Now we find the direction. Dividing 2 by 1 we get the direction. Dividing 2 by 1 we get the direction of the vector in triangle. In triangle. No, dividing 2 by 1 we get a sin theta by. We can write from the triangle also. So no need to write this one. Or if you write in this way, then there is no need to write triangle. A cancel out, then theta is equal to ay by ax. Then theta is equal to ay by x. Now y component by x component is equal to direction of the vector. Is it clear? If we write the position vector in terms of position vector, then how can we write? We draw the same diagram. Position vector. For example, it is an example. Position vector. Right? Position vector is R. Is the point P. Is it or not? What is the angle? Theta. Along x-axis. Along y-axis. Therefore, position vector R. Let a party is located at point P whose position vector is R. Position vector is R. All of you know that one. Position vector of particle at point P. Therefore, R is equal to I cap x plus j cap y. I cap x, j cap y. If we write in term of magnitude, then we write here same way. X square plus ay square root under. Here we write x square plus y square. That is the magnitude of the position vector root under x square plus y square. If we write the direction, tan theta is equal to y by x. Is it clear? Now if we write in terms of the displacement vector. How can we write the displacement vector? In the component form. Displacement vector. That one is useful. Represent the vector. So displacement vector. All of you know that the displacement from one point to another point in a small interval of time. So that we have to write first of all the position vector, and then we displace the object at point P. Position vector is R1. At point Q, position vector is R2. So the displacement PQ is equal to R2 minus R1. So R2 minus R1 is the displacement vector in the triangle of vector addition. Therefore, displacement vector delta R, you can write delta R, no problem. Delta R is equal to R2 minus, ये पहले बताया ना. Or if we use the triangle of vector addition, then we write in triangle OPQ, therefore PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. Therefore delta R, small displacement in a small interval of time, R2 minus R. The same way. Now R1, we write R1 and R2. R1 is equal to vector R1 is equal to I cap x1 plus j cap y1. R2 is equal to I cap x2 plus j cap y2. Then we write here delta R is equal to I cap x2 plus j cap y2 minus I cap x1 plus j cap y1. Now minus sign it, we apply the minus sign, I is taken common, x2 minus x1 plus minus, bracket खोलेंगे, becomes minus. So that j is taken common and we get y2 minus y1. That is the displacement vector in a small interval of time. If we write in magnitude form, then we get what? In magnitude delta R, mod of delta R is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square minus y2 minus y1 whole square. That is the magnitude of the displacement vector. Is it clear? Thank you.